100 days of making comics, day 37 is in effect. It's been a while. Don't topple over, please. Don't topple over. Thank you. Okay, we're done readjusting. Welcome to day 37 of me drinking coffee. Yeah, so we're at day 37, and I needed a couple more days to recover. You know, there's only so much coffee you can drink, apparently. So I am not worried at all at doing another double shift, my only double shift this week. Wow, someone is smoking. I used to be one of them. Nescafe, Gold Blend. Keeps me going. Watching the pigeons, drinking my coffee, waiting for the cheapest shop in London to open so I can buy some long sleeve t-shirts because my at the restaurant the air conditioning is down, and so it's just pumping out freezing cold air because JJ or whatever Martin may not be able to finish that book on time, but it looks like winter is finally coming to London. And I really needed to catch up with my friends and go out just a little bit, have the dinner, have that glass of wine, get presents. Makes me think a little bit more about style and what you can get done. My new comic book. Storytelling wise, which is ultimately the most important thing. And eye candy wise, making me think a lot about style, because some styles obviously lend themselves to iteration a lot faster, and illustration is what I've been doing in the past year, and I don't feel that's quite been spilling over, because I'm really quite happy with how my pages have been coming out so far. But they're like, it's becoming much more clear to me now that I have this month ahead of me and 2 months behind me, almost 2 months. Just how important the balance is between illustration and stylizing and, you know, hitting your deadline. I mean, this is my own personal comic book project, but I do want to see it finished. And I do want to have something by mid-February that people can actually read and have an opinion about. Like, see that? Super stylized, nice and fast. There was one particular panel I really loved. Oh yeah, this one. Like, he's having a bit of a moment, this guy, and you can totally feel it, you know. But when I look at the art, like, it's very line arty and heavily dependent on color to make it pop, and that's cool. I mean, it's totally fine. But I've never been very good at letting the color shine, or basically having a design that incorporates color. Like, I'm very much more of a black and white kind of guy, and I love that kind of art, and that's what I want to make, and it's what I'm going to do. But at the same time, like, there's this happy balance that I have not been able to find, and that now with all this added pressure that I've given myself, because I've just been off for a week to recover from 2 weeks of seriously hard work. Let's have a look at Access. You know, I mean, this is also a great example of, I really feel like this is like, well, I'm not going to give a review, but I really feel like this is much more art project meets comic book. And then there's, on the other end, there's something like this, where it's also art meets comic book, But this is, let's see. I feel like this is someone who's very much into a very particular kind of style, and just, it's almost as if like they want to draw this kind of story, so they had to come up with the kind of story, unless it's like just a perfect fit between author and artist. I can't wait to read this one either. So much stuff to read, guys. This is awesome. I feel like all this added pressure and like this desire to really like get back into it, as in the last couple of days I've just been drawing portraits and like, you know, just doing the fun stuff that makes me enjoy drawing and makes me want to draw more. All this added pressure really kind of crystallizes what my art needs to be style-wise, and how I need to rein myself in order to move forward in what is ultimately a big story that I've been writing and having loads more ideas for. But I do want to get that story out, so that is what today's video is all about. Also, 100 Days of Making Comics doesn't have an official sponsor, but if it did, I would recommend my favorite brand of instant coffee. Moral of the story is, don't give up. Just change your appearance, like David Bowie would have done. See you guys tomorrow.